Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome back to another LEGO Harry Potter review. So today I'm really excited to be taking a look at set number 76407, the Shrieking Shack and Whomping Willow. This set includes 777 pieces retailing for $89.99 when it released June 1st in Europe and June 19th in North America. Now this is a set that has been at the very top of most people's wish list for quite some time. I'm really happy that LEGO is finally delivering a Shrieking Shack. The last one that we saw was back in 2004, which I have reviewed. I will be doing a comparison video sometime down the line. As for our box design, same design that we've been getting since the end of last year. Regular stuff off the side, minifigures at the bottom, and you get this very nice Hogsmeade wintry look with Hogwarts in the background there for your final overall model. Flipping to the back of the box, you can see you can transform Lupin into a werewolf and our other two marauders into their animagus forms. We have our interior details and the questionable return of the collectible wizard cards that should have stayed exclusive to the 20th anniversary sets, but I guess it's nice for those who haven't gotten all 16 as of yet, unlike myself. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for this box, other than the fact that it should not have push tabs. Why does this have push tabs? For our box contents, you get a total of 6 numbered bags, though isn't 7 the most powerfully magical number? You also get your stickers and instruction manual, which don't come in one of those folders, unlike a few other sets that I've opened as of recently. The direct result of these not being included in a special folder is this, with the sticker sheet, which is really annoying. It's kind of dumb considering this is a $90 set that these don't also come within a special folder. I guess the qualification is $100 or more, whatever. For the instructions, we continue the bland style from the front. As you move to the back, we have the wind guy, piece count for 2 pages there. Another additional 2 pages. Same advertisement we've been getting in all the other sets with this Hogwarts lineup. Only small difference from the back here is that we get the checklist featuring all of the chocolate frog cards that released last year for the 20th anniversary, which you get 4 of in this set. Starting off our minifigure selection, of course, we gotta get Harry Potter the Boy Who Lived, who is not exclusive, also coming within the Hogwarts Hospital Wing set that we got back in March. We get those mid-sized legs to represent year 3, that bloody, muddy, roughed up torso there, printed front and back, wand for the accessory, and the same facial expression and hairpiece that you'll see for other year 3 Harrys, with the nice smirk from the front, and the angry look from the back side. Another repeat figure, we have Ron Weasley, who came back in the 2019 Hagrid's Hot Buckbeak's Rescue set. We get the mid-sized legs again to represent year 3, casual torso piece with the print from the front and the back, wand for the accessory, and the same facial expression that we got back in 2019 for the year 3 through 7 versions of Ron Weasley with the smirk from the front and the unhappy look from the back side. Like Harry, Hermione is also not exclusive, coming within the Hogwarts Hospital Wing set with that roughed up torso print. I really love that. Mid-sized legs for year 3 again. You can take a look at the back printing with the little hoodie. You'll also see the torso pieces from Harry and Hermione within the Sirius's Rescue set that released this summer. Wand for the accessory, and double-sided facial expression from 2019 with the small smile from the front. And the angry look from the back, same hairpiece that was also introduced in 2019 for her year 3 minifigure. On to our Marauders, we have Sirius Black for the 3rd time in this wave, sporting a brand new torso print and also a new facial expression for this year that you'll see on those 3 other variants. Unfortunately, no leg printing, which is fine because you get one with leg printing in another set, which is cheaper, which I guess is nice, even though it is light gray instead of dark gray, which I think the dark gray fits a lot better for Sirius here. And you can take a look at the back printing again just to show off that ripped up look of the prison robes. You get that double-sided facial expression, one with the smirk from the front, And then one where he's screaming out loud saying, "I've done my waiting, 12 years of it in Azkaban." And you also get the same hairpiece from back in 2019. This is a really nice figure, though it's missing leg printing. It's only fitting that we look at their transformations right after their minifigure, right? So here is, for the second time ever in LEGO form, the Grimm, which is sporting that German Shepherd mold, but in full black with the printing for the Grimm. We get those little yellow eyes, and I like the little fur printing from the side there. I think that looks really nice. Little gray nose from the front. I think they could have done a new mold for this entirely. I don't really feel like this works. I mean, maybe it does, you know, I don't know yet. It doesn't feel right to me. I think that they could have done a new mold here, but I think it works. It's fine. It's good for what it is, and if anything, I like this as someone who loves dogs, and Lego dogs for that matter. This is definitely something that you'll want to add to your collection if you like collecting Lego dogs. Of course, you get that same connection that you would get for any other dogs, where you can place them on the studs there, and you get a stud from the very back. With Padfoot out of the way, it's time to take a look at what he's been waiting those 12 long years for. We have Peter Pettigrew, also known as Wormtail, featuring brand new and exclusive prints for the legs, torso, and facial expression. I was kind of surprised that we got a new version of him, considering we got a lot of good prints on the last one. Only complaint, just like the last minifigure, is the fact that the hairpiece just doesn't really work for me when it comes to Wormtail. They should have just made something brand new here, or just given him a different hairpiece altogether. I just don't feel like that works, because you also see that for the year 4 Ron, and I don't think Ron was really going for that look. But anyways, this figure is also the only one in this set to feature leg printing, which I definitely appreciate. Would have been nice to see side leg printing, but again, not really necessary. You can take a look at the back print for the torso, and also the double-sided facial expression, which again is brand new and exclusive for this figure, one with a small smirk with the buck teeth. And then one from the other side, where he looks kind of worried, concerned, and I might as well add that he has brown eyebrows here compared to the last version that had the orange eyebrows, so I guess that's really like the main only difference. Otherwise, the facial expressions and also the printing for the torso and legs are very, very similar, just slight small changes here and there. And looking at Peter's animagus form, we have Scabbers the Rat, or Ron's Rat, which is the same piece that we've been getting since 2018. Unfortunately, no printing as we saw in the collectible minifigure series way back when. Just the eye prints from the front, and then the anti-studs from the bottom so you can connect him to the studs. And finally, that brings us to Professor Remus Lupin, who is also exclusive with brand new prints for the torso and facial expression. I actually like the facial expression here compared to the one that we got back in 2018. I think it works a lot better. No doubt this will be the same one that we'll see also within the Hogwarts Express direct-to-consumer later this year. Unfortunately, no leg printing, which is fine. You know, really my only complaint with this figure is the fact that he's in tan, which is accurate to the source material. However, we'll talk about that in a few seconds. But looking at the back torso printing, you can see the roughed up look of his robes, which is really nice that they went all out with that. And the double-sided facial expression, one with a small smile from the front, and one where we have his werewolf transformation, where you can start seeing the little fangs appear in his mouth. He's looking all worried, and the yellow eyes, which I think is really cool. We also get the same hairpiece that we saw back in 2018, which I think is fine and works well for Lupin. Overall, a decent figure, though probably the one thing I was most excited for in this set is the thing that I have the most problems with. Now, one thing most people were probably looking forward to most in this set, other than of course the final overall model of the Shrieking Shack, is the inclusion of Lupin's werewolf, which I have to say I'm not a fan of the dark tan, especially because we also see it for Lupin's robes. That is really my biggest complaint with this figure, that it should have been darker gray. I don't know why it wasn't dark gray. What were the designers thinking? I have no idea. But anyways, we get these legs that were introduced in the collectible minifigures for the fawn guy. I don't know if I'm remembering that right. But either way, this is a brand new color for those legs. You get a brand new torso piece to represent the body of the werewolf. You also get those little black indents like you see on some of the female minifigures, just to define the figure a little bit more. You can also see that from the back. I'll remove the head so you can take a better look at the printing overall for the torso piece. And we also get this head mold, which was, I believe, introduced in Monster Fighters, if I'm not mistaken, for the werewolf, where you can see we have the printing for the teeth and the eyes and the nose and the eyebrows. I think the eyebrows are kind of funny. Get the same yellow eyes that you'll also see on the Lupin minifigure, which is nice. But again, really, my only problem with this is that it's dark tan and not dark gray as you see in the movies. It's just really annoying that they couldn't get that right, but either way, still a nice figure. No doubt will be people's favorite within this particular set. Long have we waited for LEGO to make a new version of the Shrieking Shack in the Harry Potter reboot line. The last one we got was back in 2004, which I will be doing a comparison video sometime in the near future, next week probably. But before we take a look at the beauty that is the Shrieking Shack, we have to talk about the Chocolate Frog cards, which you get a total of 4 more of these collectible Chocolate Frog cards included in this set. These were introduced last year in 2021 to celebrate the 20th anniversary of LEGO Harry Potter. Now, as you'll hear me say in my other reviews, including these particular cards, I guess it's nice that they're giving us more of them in this wave, mainly due to those who want to complete a full set of 16 cards. As for myself, I wish that they would have just given us another series of these, because these were a lot of fun to collect last year, and it is a little sad just to get so many duplicates after all this time. When we first see the Shrieking Shack in the Prisoner of Azkaban movie, we see Harry, Ron, and Hermione approach this fenced area, which is quite a ways away from the Shrieking Shack just because it is supposed to be hunted. Looking at the build, you get some stickers on these 1x3 tiles, which includes some wood planks, which you'll also see on the final overall model of the Shrieking Shack. We get some of these skeleton legs in brown, which are really nice to get. Get some building on the side, just putting in these pole pieces into those 1x1 bricks with the studs. And I also really like how they form the snow with a lot of these different slope pieces. LEGO was probably thinking not to have too many side builds. We might as well just connect everything together, which I don't really care for, but I mean it works in a sense when we actually get to the interior. So separating these two builds, you can see we have an easy clip and bar connection that connect the Whomping Willow and Werewolf transformation up to the Shrieking Shack. Starting off with the Werewolf transformation, as you can see we have this small studded area where we can place your minifigure of Remus Lupin. Make sure he has his werewolf transformation face, and all you gotta do is spin around to transform him into the werewolf, which I think is a really clever feature, even though it isn't as cool as, say, the transformation shack that we got in the 2004 set. This works very well to transform Lupin into a werewolf, and is probably a lot more necessary in terms of a transformation and easier to use. One thing I really like about this is that you get this trans-clear piece that leads up to these clouds in this light gray color, which when you spin this around, the clouds uncover the moon, which is represented by this 3x3 circular tile in that glow in the dark color. I'll show you the piece glowing in the dark. You'll also be able to get this in 2 other superhero sets that released last year in 2021, so it's nice to see it come in Harry Potter. You also happen to get this cloud piece that was introduced in LEGO Unikitty, which is really interesting to see, and it does work quite well as just a cloud piece in general. Now, moving back to the bottom, you can see that we have this rocky area that hides your werewolf transformation. You get the studded area for your minifigures to stand, and of course you get that spinny action so you can actually spin your characters round and round as you please. I also really like all of the different snow going on where you get those little pyramid slope pieces. And I might as well add, when it comes to actually looking at the interior of the Shrieking Shack, this all works in its favor. Now, the other build attached to this section is for the Whomping Willow, which this is the third time that we've ever gotten this in LEGO form. We got it twice in 2018 if you count the micro-scale version. Now, we get some pretty large stickers on these half-circle wall elements where you can see the tree bark very well. It is the same exact sticker, just wrapping around those two pieces. We get some different Technic connections and many tree branch pieces and vines. I might as well add that this one isn't as annoying as the one that we got back in 2018 because there isn't anything that will fall off of it. It's a lot more sturdy, especially when you're rotating the top piece, which you actually get this small gear system inside that allows you to spin the top of the tree. You can also bring these branches down using the Technic connection and grab onto your minifigures using these as hands. I think that's a really clever feature. Otherwise, I prefer them up in the air, and I just love all the different plant pieces being used to create the top of the Whomping Willow. In all of its glory, here is the Shrieking Shack for the second time ever in LEGO form. Now, LEGO has absolutely killed it here with a lot of the details, all the different building techniques, using a lot more modern pieces than what we had back in 2004. I especially love the angle from the top here, how we have this slight tilt. I think that works very well to complete the look of this model. Now, starting from the bottom and working our way up from the exterior before we get to the interior, we obviously got to have a front door which is all boarded up, even though you can actually open it to get inside. I don't know why they did that, but it's fine. It's good for what it is. Get a little stepway if you want to go in that way, even though technically you're not supposed to. You get some wood pieces, these wood prints on these 1x4 tiles, which you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6 as we reach the top of the build. We get some more stickers forming this small roof above the door, where you get one on this side. And on that side of that flag tile piece, you also get this really nice building technique here just to form the front. I really like how that turned out. Again, all of these windows are boarded up. You get a lot of white pieces to represent the snow, and also some of these unicorn horns to represent icicles, which I think is really cool. Moving to the top level with the roof, you can see we have some more stickers here. Again, mostly to represent wood. You get them on these Nexonite shields and on this 1x6 tile piece there. You get this clip piece connection, which I don't know why they have that. And I also really love a lot of the angles, especially when it comes like to this section and also for this part that's jutting out over here. Now, looking at the sides, we have some stickers, which is really interesting that they decided to do that. We have our exit, which is a little disappointing. This is supposed to represent how they actually exit. You just lift this part up and have them come out, which is just a little disappointing, but I guess it gets the job done. This is also supposed to represent when you connect this particular section, where you have them leaving out through the Whomping Willow, which I guess works in a way, but it doesn't work to my satisfaction. From the other side, you can see that we get this long chimney where you get a bunch of these stickers on these 2x3 tile pieces. This is definitely one of my favorite parts of the exterior, only because I love how it switches once you see the tilt of the top section. I really love how that turned out, and also just building on the side. It's really well done and adds another touch of color in addition to all the browns that you see. Just like the 2004 model, we only get the interior from the top and the bottom sections that you build, which is a little disappointing that there isn't more going on in this set, though of course it's what LEGO can do considering the scale. Starting with our bottom section here, there isn't much going on. I love that we get a lot of this studded area to place your minifigures. From the back, you can see that we get this little trunk which features this white stamp piece for some reason. I don't know why, but inside you get a chocolate frog because we get a bunch of chocolate frog cards, and you also get this goblet piece in that silvery color. Again, this piece only comes in one other set at the moment, that being the Defense Against the Dark Arts Hogwarts Moment, so it's really cool to get it again in this set. You get that on top of that jumper plate. You can see the sticker on the back of the door here, which is nice that they added that in addition to having the sticker from the front. Get a little lantern piece, little place to set your minifigure, and we also get a sticker reference of a portrait, which I'm not 100% sure how accurate this is, but this is supposed to, I guess, represent the Shrieking Shack and just like the little gateway that we also get as a build within this set. Very similar frame to as you're going to see within the 12 Grimmauld Place, which I think is also really neat. And lastly, looking at this top section, this is probably the most accurate to the source material, where you get a bed for Lupin, though technically you can just rest Ron there as Sirius just broke his leg off. Not too great of a build, but I guess it gets the job done. You get the fireplace, which I guess is nice, even though it does technically go all the way down and you don't see it down there. It's just kind of weird what's going on there. No flames in it, of course, because that wouldn't be accurate to the source material. Another sticker portrait reference on this 2x3 tile piece. I'm not 100% sure what this is supposed to represent, to be honest, but it's an interesting looking portrait. We get some little lamps from the back there, some more stickers to represent the blinds above the windows, which have all been boarded up. And we also happen to get a piano build, which is also really neat. I'm going to bring that out. So you can see that we get these 1x2 tiles with the piano keys on it. You'll also see these pieces within the 12 Grimmauld Place set that released this year as well. You can just toss that right back there. You get a small spot to sit a minifigure if you want to have someone play the piano. And lastly, we get another sticker portrait reference. But on this 2x2 tile piece, could this be the Bloody Baron? I don't know. It just looks like him, to be honest. I don't know what's happening there, but either way, lots of interesting details within this set. And I also have to appreciate all the studded area, so you can place your minifigures even though they all don't really fit in here at the same time. So overall, for $90, is this set worth it? I mean, the minifigure selection is great, though I do have a few small problems, specifically when it comes to Lupin and the werewolf Lupin that we get, though werewolf should have been dark gray. I mean, I guess they didn't want it to clash with the rock behind him, though the dark gray would have worked a lot better and is more accurate, I guess, to the source material. Other than that, the build for the Shrieking Shack is amazing and most definitely better than the one that we got back in 2004. I will be doing a comparison video sometime in the near future, so look forward to that. Whomping Willow build might even be slightly better than the one that we got back in 2018, though I'll be talking all about that in my comparison video. No doubt if you've been wanting a Shrieking Shack from LEGO, this is the set for you. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, what your thoughts are on this set. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you know when I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!